Trump, show me the money. The myth of trillions, Trump's manufactured grandeur and the machinery behind him. Every election cycle brings its share of political theater, but few performers embrace the stage as feverishly as Donald Trump. When he stands before cameras proclaiming that business leaders and foreign governments are lining up with trillions of dollars ready to pour into the U.S., the spectacle becomes almost surreal. These claims, grandiose, unverified, and mathematically implausible, are swallowed by a portion of the public, even as they strain the limits of credibility. The phrase, "show me the money," becomes less a challenge and more a reminder that no such evidence ever materializes. The reality is far less glamorous. Foreign direct investment into the United States has never come close to the trillions Trump touts. U.S. FDI inflows in a typical year range between $100 to $400 billion, depending on global economic conditions. Nowhere in the historical record, under Trump or any president, does the data resemble the miraculous, world-altering tidal wave he describes. His numbers aren't exaggerations, they're fabrications. And that brings us to the heart of the matter. Donald Trump is the quintessential American snake oil salesman, a man who has spent decades refining the art of illusion while leaving chaos, debt, and broken promises in his wake. The myth of the self-made billionaire. Trump's repeated claim that he started with a small loan of $1 million from his father is one of the most persistent myths in modern American politics. Investigations by the New York Times revealed that Trump actually received the equivalent of over $200 to $400 million in today's dollars from Fred Trump through trusts, transfers, loans, tax schemes, and inheritance structures. Not only did he not build his empire from scratch, his father spent decades propping up Donald's businesses with loan guarantees and cash injections to keep them afloat. Trump's business story is not one of genius, but of repeated failure obscured by media theatrics. His multiple bankruptcies, 6 major corporate bankruptcies, from the Taj Mahal Casino to Trump Entertainment Resorts, follow a pattern: overspend, mismanage, collapse, and leave creditors, small contractors, and employees holding the losses. To Trump, bankruptcy was not a crisis, it was a business strategy. Bankruptcies as a weapon, and the people left behind. One of Trump's well-documented tactics involved using bankruptcy to wipe out obligations to suppliers, small businesses, and workers. Many contractors who built Trump's casinos in the 1980s and 1990s never received payments. Some went bankrupt themselves. Trump would shrug, call it smart business, and move on. This pattern is not the behavior of an entrepreneur. It is the behavior of a man shielded by powerful interests. Who kept Trump alive? The silent hand behind the curtain. The crucial question is this: how did a businessman with such a catastrophic record keep being rescued? The answer lies not in Trump's brilliance, but in the network that benefited from his visibility and usefulness. 1. The mob influence. New Jersey casino construction in the 1980s and 1990s was inseparable from organized crime. Trump's own casino contractors, including concrete suppliers, had documented ties to the Genovese and Gambino crime families. Federal investigators acknowledged the mob's presence in the casino ecosystem, and Trump's businesses operated within that environment with unusual ease. 2. Rothschild-linked banking lifelines. In the early 1990s, when Trump's empire was collapsing under billions in debt, U.S. banks wanted nothing to do with him. The one major exception was Wilbur Ross, then senior managing director at the Rothschild Incorporated Bankruptcy Advisory Group. Ross orchestrated the restructuring that saved Trump from total financial ruin. Without that intervention, Trump could have been wiped out. Ross would later become Trump's Secretary of Commerce. Coincidence? Perhaps. Symbiosis? Almost certainly. The pattern is clear. Trump was repeatedly rescued by financiers who saw him not as a business talent, but as a useful asset, a frontman with public visibility, political potential, and a willingness to play his role. 3. Why keep Trump alive? Because he was valuable. As a branding tool, as a political lightning rod, as a figure who could mobilize masses, as someone who could be guided, influenced, and leveraged. Trump built nothing alone. He was built, assembled by networks that weaponized his ego, visibility, and narcissism. The political frontman of a larger machinery. When Trump boasts of trillions in foreign investment, He is not speaking as a statesman analyzing real economic policy. He is speaking as a salesman performing for cameras. He sells illusions because illusions are what made him. Behind him are forces, financial, political, and clandestine, that find it convenient to have a populist mascot who can channel public anger while protecting elite interests. Trump's economic nationalism often masks policies that overwhelmingly benefited corporate donors, lobbyists, and foreign governments with deep U.S. influence, including Israel, Saudi Arabia, and major financial institutions. Nothing about this is accidental. Conclusion: Trump as the theater of power. Trump's persona as a billionaire maestro is a carefully constructed stage play, one financed, protected, and revived by powerful interests whenever he fails. His claims of trillion-dollar foreign investment are part of the same performance, a spectacle designed to impress the masses while distracting from the machinery behind him. The truth is simple. He inherited his wealth. He squandered much of it. He was repeatedly rescued. He serves interests far larger than himself. Donald Trump is not the master of the system. He is a product of it, a mascot of the cabal rather than its architect. And when he shouts about trillions, the only appropriate response remains: show me the money.